Hello guys, thanks for tuning in to the video. We're talking about tricep training. We're talking about how we have to train in different positions, whether that be the stretch range, the short range, or the mid range, and how we can approach that for the tricep. So most of you may not know that the tricep not only does what we call elbow extension, but it's also an arm extender. So if we're trying to stretch our tricep, and you've probably seen people do this before, we actually bring it all the way up here. Why is that? It's because the tricep actually crosses up onto the scapula. So just by doing this, I'm not going to get a stretch until I stretch it in its full position. Okay, so I can consider this in training, and if I want to train my tricep in a stretch position, what I'm going to do is actually emphasize that overhead range. So a good example of that is an overhead extension. I can just drop down to half kneeling, stay nice and tall, keep my abs on so my ribs don't flare, and actually let this give me a gentle stretch and squeeze up at the top. Any exercise that gives you a bigger stretch, you can actually emphasize the eccentric because that causes more muscular damage. So if I was to include this in training, I might think like a 3, 2, 1, get a full stretch and squeeze. So the shorten and the lengthen ranges are typically the weakest, so we tend to train them first to get the most out of them, and then we can go into our mid ranges. So in terms of a short range, if this is a stretch, this is fully shortened. And what exercise is a good example of that? A tricep kickback. So you can use dumbbells, you can use cables. I like to use dumbbells because at the hardest and shortest point you have the most tension. So example of a tricep kickback, this is not a great exercise for building strength, more just for volume, so I include it later in my workouts, is a kickback. So I'm just going to squeeze up, hold, and I actually like to cue my clients to reach as I do this, so they get a little bit more of that shortening at the shoulder as well as at the elbow. So from here I'm just going to flex, pull, squeeze and hold. That's also good at the end of a workout. The last exercise, if we're thinking mid-range, we're thinking strength now, because it's the strongest part of the curve. It's actually just a typical tricep push down. Another thing in this category, I would consider a skull crusher, because anything sort of in this range or in this range is quite strong for triceps. So this is just an example of one arm push down. From here, I also have maximum tension about 90 degrees, which is the mid-range. I can just squeeze down, okay? So I would do this after I've done my shorten and lengthen work, because I've fatigued the weak areas, and now I can just add some volume with a stronger exercise. So I'll give a good description of this in the article and talk about exactly why we need to train these ranges. So yeah, read below. Thanks guys.